conflicts. Dan got a new job, but we won't get into that. I'm thinking
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know if it's going to be next episode or some episode, we talk about work life balance, and maybe we talk about, our previous jobs and what it took to get to, our careers, right? So maybe that would be
Ooh,
an
that's a good
interesting
idea.
episode. I think there's a lot of headache, a lot of stress, a lot of, we talked about a lot of it in our turning 30s episode. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll revisit it and talk about just, how we dealt with the stress at work and our little work life balance that we had to, deal with until we found the careers that we have.
Yeah, because between the two of us, we worked at some friggin' shit shows, I feel like.
But tonight, we're not talking about our jobs. We are talking about what, Dan?
Well, judging by the backgrounds of both of us, maybe life in an insane asylum.
I know it.
We're both just surrounded by white walls.
I know. I
But
know.
in all seriousness, we are going super nostalgia on you this week, and we're going to be talking about cartoons and cartoon
Cartoons.
memories.
Do you remember? So let's just jump right into it. Do you remember, let's say, what was a Saturday morning like? Explain it to me from waking up to breakfast to what were you watching on your television?
Yeah, I mean, everybody that was around watching TV and following shows before the internet, before streaming, knows that if you missed your show, you missed your show. You weren't going to see it until reruns, maybe the next year, maybe years down the road, maybe never if your show wasn't very popular. So it was key to wake up as early as possible on that Saturday, which is tough because as you get older, I mean, we were wandering around town Friday nights. We probably weren't waking up too early on Saturdays the older we
Yeah.
got. So it was the end of our cartoon watches when we started roaming the town.
Yeah.
But yeah, you had to be up there early in the morning. You had to get your most sugary cereal, lay around on the couch for anywhere from 4 to 5, maybe even 6 hours, and just watch cartoons all day long, or at least half the day.
Yeah. So do you remember what you were watching? Because I remember, I know
Ooh,
when I was young, we watched a lot of the Warner Brothers ones,
yeah.
the Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain.
Ooh,
Um,
Pinky and the Brain. Yeah.
a lot of those shows were on when we were growing up. Obviously, me and you are in the same era, but um, it was always a Saturday morning thing that I always remember because, like you said, the cookies. But my brother would always have cookies and milk. But the thing what he would do, he would spread out the whole cookies on the plate, and it would just irritate me because after he would he'd dip it and then suck the milk out of the cookie and then bite it. Yeah, so
Oh, he's like sucking it dry, and then
yeah, so that's like ingrained in my cartoon
the
memory.
sound of a dude sucking the milk out of a cookie.
But I know, coming home from school, it was like the holy grail to me. My brother and I
Yeah.
would walk home from school, and right away when we got home, it was the three big hitters at that time. It was Digimon, Dragon Ball Z, and then Pokemon, and they followed each other right back to back to back. So you just got the triple header of that. And then I remember we used to just end up wrestling on my parents' bed, and but tell me
Yeah, that's what
what
I
was
was gonna
your
ask you, actually. That's what I was thinking about leading off with, because everybody always associates cartoons with Saturday mornings, but really, it's after school is just as big as Saturday. I was gonna ask you, were you a bigger Saturday morning cartoon guy or an after school cartoon guy?
Definitely, I'd have to say actually, after school guy. I would.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than dropping your book bag, taking off your shoes, and just sitting on the couch and sinking in, and whatever you're throwing on is on. Like, but I remember, watching when coming home from school. I just talked about the three
Yeah.
headers, but there's also stuff like Beast Wars was really
Oh,
popular.
one of my
But
favorites of all
yeah,
time.
Gargoyles was really popular. Sailor Moon was really popular.
Gargoyles. Was Gargoyles after school or was Gargoyles a Saturday morning?
I don't remember, but
I think
it
it's a
must have.
Saturday morning.
It was a Saturday morning, so I remember
Yeah.
watching a lot of Gargoyles. You had your Johnny Bravo was also Saturday
Oh,
morning, right?
Johnny Bravo.
At Ed and Eddie. You know what I just noticed? I seen a post. Ed and Eddie. when he's holding the plank of wood, he actually has a hole with lips around it. So it's
Oh my
like,
god.
we never
There was
noticed it
so
as
much
a
that kind of
kid.
shit snuck in there. So
No,
much.
but and like Powerpuff Girls. I remember when I was getting into the 2000s, I used to come
Yeah.
home and watch. I don't know if you watched this cartoon. I'm pretty sure you did, but George Shrinks. There was
Oh,
a.
thanks. Yeah, and he was on before school at some point in my childhood too. Oh, love George Frinks. Absolutely.
Really after school to cow and chicken. I've talked to so many people, and they're like, "What is cow and chicken?" And no
I don't
one
know if I
knows what to
remember
do.
Cow and Chicken.
I know that's no one ever remembers it, and it's hard to explain. It's basically a brother and sister. They're cow and chicken, and they have human parents. Like it's like the weirdest thing ever. But along with cow and chicken came obviously Beavis and Butthead, Red and Stimpy,
Ren and
all those
Stimpy.
other ones that came on later on. So let me ask you, my first question here to you is, what was obviously there's a lot of cartoons that came out of the '90s, but what is the biggest cartoon to you that came out of the '90s? Like I know we got The
Oh, come
Simpsons,
on,
we got South Park, we got Pokemon. Like
yeah.
what's the
Well,
biggest one to come out of the '90s?
I know that South Park originated in the '90s. I don't look at South Park as a '90s show because it peaked later on. Simpsons, yeah, it might, well, '80s, '90s. I never associate the Simpsons with one decade. You know
Yeah,
what I'm picking for the '90s. It's the X-Men. Are you kidding? That is
yeah,
my favorite cartoon by far. I mean, I'm pseudo hyped for the return of the show, but
hmm
oh my god, that is the greatest superhero cartoon of all time.
And
That's what
the
I'm talking
best
about.
thing. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Keep
Well,
explaining it.
people talk about Saturday mornings, like it's because I feel like the older generations than us had to stack Saturdays. Like my brother woke up and watched X-Men. He watched Spider-Man. He watched fucking Ninja Turtles when he was
Yeah,
younger. Like we had much weaker Saturdays than the generations before us, but I feel like we had the stronger after school cartoons.
yeah, like that X-Men is
Oh,
fucking legendary, and
yes.
it follows the comics really well. Like it's fair, and there's nothing better than hearing that theme song.
When I made a teaser for the episode, that was the song I chose. I mean, that is
Yeah,
that's the comic theme that pops into my head first before anything. Like even before something as iconic as like The Simpsons. And that
yeah.
show, like you said, it's true to the comic. I'm pretty sure they brought like Chris Claremont in
Mhm.
to guide them with some of the storylines and like that's how a lot of people's first introduction to so many of those
Yeah.
characters.
And like a lot of people, when they go, "Oh, Rogue is weak," and I'm like, "Are you talking just from the X-Men movies you've seen, or do you really
Yeah.
know who Rogue really is?" And they're like,
Oh
"Oh no, she's." I'm like, "Oh, yo, you don't know what you're talking about, yo."
man,
Anytime
her
someone, anytime someone brings up the X-Men movies or something to me, I'm like, "Go back and watch the X-Men animated series, and then come back and talk to me." But
yeah.
when we're on this, I want to ask you something. We play this little game called Buy Rent Sell. We haven't played it in a little while, right? So I got a Buy Rent Sell for you right now, and it
Yes.
is X Men. Obviously, I know you're gonna buy it, 'cause it's right.
Bye.
But X Men, Batman Beyond, or Beast Wars. So you have to buy one, sell
Ooh.
one. Well, you have to buy one, rent one, and sell one. So what are you doing?
No, like if you would have said Batman animated series, you would have made it easy for me. It would have been easy. I would have said it in the order that you said. But Batman Beyond, a great show, underrated show. Uh, oh man, that's tough. But you know what? I'm a Beast Wars guy. I gotta go with. I'm gonna go with the buy X Men, Red Beast Wars. I'm gonna sell Batman Beyond, but it's still a really good show.
Yeah. So do you remember your favorite Beast Wars character? I know the names are gonna be tough because we probably haven't seen the shows in quite
Oh
some
yeah,
time.
I think a lot of us Dinobot, not Megatron, but the other dinosaur, Dinobot.
Yeah.
He was like the badass guy that would flip sides. He's the anti-hero. Yeah,
I,
it's got
I
to be
always
Dinobot.
I always loved Cheetor or Rat Trap. They were my
Ooh,
favorites.
yeah, Rat Trap. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Rhinox is a badass too. And Rhinox doesn't get into action that often, but when he
But when he
does, he kicks
does,
ass.
so give me your top three cartoons of all time. Doesn't have to be '90s. Can be any era. Give me your top three.
Okay, so I already mentioned X-Men's my number one. It's my
Yeah.
goat. Of course, being a comic fan, and it's the best comic show. After that, I think number two would be the next best comic book character cartoon, in my opinion, and it's Batman the Animated Series. Obviously, like the introduction of Harley Quinn as a character into that show, like it's one of the biggest characters in DC now, and
Yeah.
that show is her origin. Like, and then my number three, again, it's going to be in the realm of superheroes. It's the show. You think I'd say the '90s Spider-Man, but I'm going with the one that has become like the internet meme. I love the fucking '60s Spider-Man. Like used to watch that
Oh,
show
the
on
one where he's
Teletoon in my
swinging on the.
grandma's house. Oh yeah, but him swinging on the webs, the jazz music. Some of the episodes were like just edited and cut
Yeah.
horribly. Like they end with like hardly any conclusion, and you're just like, I just watched 10 minutes of him swinging, doing nothing, and like, but
I love
still,
that show too. I like that
oh,
show.
has so much charm, right? And then there are some episodes that are still great episodes. Like there's Electro episodes really good. A couple of the Green Goblin episodes are good. Like it's a good show. I mean, it is funny, really goofy at times,
Yeah.
but it's a great show.
So that's what you want as a cartoon, right? I know
Yeah,
my three favorite. It's gonna be pretty easy. My number one is obviously Dragon Ball Z. I know
Dragon
we
Ball
haven't
Z.
talked about it. You talked about me doing stuff like that. It's just so
Yeah,
hard for me to really combine my love for Dragon Ball Z into like an episode and try to explain it without trying to miss out on anything.
or
But I
cop it
can
a
tell you
boner.
before I get into my other two, I remember watching Dragon Ball Z obviously as a kid. We just talked about it growing up. I don't think people know in like Ontario, Canada, outside of the world, like outside of us, it was very difficult and expensive to get Dragon Ball Z figures. Like they were at the store at one point and then they were vanished. And then if you were older, it was so hard to get them. Like you would have to go to these little Chinese malls around here and get,
Right.
the fake toys. But they got really difficult. But I'm at a time, early high school. I used to just sit on the computer, Facebook Messenger at the time, and I was talking to a girl back then that I used to date. And when I was talking to her, I rewatched the Dragon Ball Z series, and when you're watching it as a teenager based off of watching it as a child, it just hits you so much more. You fall in love with the characters. You see the animation detail change throughout the series. You pick the characters you hated when you were younger, become really your favorite characters. I remember I wasn't such a big fan of Vegeta growing up. He is
Really?
he is my second favorite character. I fucking love him. Um, I've got emotional. I get goosebumps talking about him and some of his classic Dragon Ball Z scenes. There's nothing better than when him and Goku finally fused together, man. And the narration guy, oh, he's freaking out. Oh man, oh yeah, and he's like, and then it's perfect, man. Super boost flying at them, they fuse, and all of a sudden, they're it's born, man. Vegeto's born, and all he says is "all right," and then unbelievable. Then the announcer, unbelievable. It's nothing better, man. What a great show that is. I follow the Super, but I'm not a big fan of Super. I don't like everyone having all these transformations. We're getting to Super Saiyan, God, whatever the fuck it hasn't happened
Yeah.
now. I'd like to just say I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan. I guess
Yeah, I
that's
was gonna
kind of
ask
where I
about
go. I'm
I was gonna
not
ask
really a
about Dragon
GT
Ball because I
fan.
was on a lot when we were young too.
Yeah, I'm not really too much of a GT fan, but they do have some cool characters in GT. Um, Gohan's really my favorite. Ultimate Gohan and Super Saiyan 2 Ascended Saiyan Gohan is really my favorite character. But my
Wait,
second
go on,
favorite
Joe. I thought Piccolo was your guy.
no, not Piccolo. But
Oh, what?
he is the black guy of Dragon Ball Z. So I know there's some black characters in there, but we all know Piccolo is black, man. I don't care
He,
what you
I,
say.
he, oh, 100%, 100%. He's probably
But
my no. Actually, he's not my favorite character. Do you remember my favorite character?
I don't know. Like, I want to feel like your character's changed. I can see you liking like Master Roshi now or something.
Master Roshi, the pervert of Dragon Ball Z. No, Nappa, baby.
Oh yeah, Nappa was good. I always liked Nappa. I didn't like when he came back and he was just gone like that in GT. But it like how the story goes, they're just so much more powerful than Nappa. But what I didn't like
Oh
is
yeah.
when they brought back Frieza and it's like Frieza never trained, so now she trained and now she got this new like he's got this new transformation and it's like what? But anyways, number two favorite cartoon. You know I love it, and that is Arthur. Um,
Arthur, yes.
I fucking love Arthur, man. I remember when I met my wife, and obviously I was, 29, and she was like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "I'm watching Arthur." When we like when we first moved in together, she's like, "You're watching Arthur?" I'm like, "Yeah, I love Arthur. It's one of those shows I still put on and just let it play in the background." Oh man, I absolutely love Arthur. I was pretty sad and choked up when they finally ended it, and you get to see what the characters are, doing as, you
Oh, as
know,
adult?
yeah, as adults. You get to see them
Oh,
as
nice.
adults and see what they ended up doing in their career, and it ends so beautifully. It ends that Arthur becomes an author, and his first
Oh,
book is Arthur's Eyes. So it's the first episode of the
oh,
series.
nice.
Yeah, so it
Is the
ends.
cover is the cover him sitting on the circle with the
But it ends so beautifully. Um, and then number three, obviously, it's Pokemon. Um,
Pokemon, of
I absolutely
course.
love it. I'm sitting here, and you guys can see my Ultra Ball,
I can see your
and then
balls.
you can see my Shenron, a little bit of them until. But those are my three favorite for sure. But since we're here and we talked about Piccolo being the black guy of um, Dragon Ball Z. So I want to ask you right now, if you were going into a fight and you had to get five characters from any
Oh,
cartoon, who are you going to battle with?
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna ask me who my favorite black guy in cartoons was.
I was going to ask that, but I already have my answer written down. That's why I asked the black guy. So this is mine. This is my top
Yeah, let's
five.
hear yours. I'll give you time to
I'm
think.
going in the battle with cartoon characters, and I'm going with the all black team that,
Oh, there you go.
and they might not be the skin color black, but we know they're black. And I'm going with Skeeter from Doug, even though he's green, we know he's black. I'm going with Vincent. I'm going with Gerald.
Oh, Vincent from okay, for yeah,
Yeah,
makes sense.
I'm going
Yeah.
with Gerald. I'm going with Bradley from Sticking Around. He's still a
Oh,
little darker than,
Bradley, oh my god.
and I got to get a sister in there. I know I got to get a sister in there, so I'm going with Susie from the Rugrats. So that's my home. That's my team.
Oh
I'm
my
going to battle
god.
with my all black team, yo.
Okay, let me think. I'll take out your all black team with my all black team. How about that?
Okay,
I'm gonna take Roadblock from GI Joe.
okay. You can't take Afro Samurai, yo.
Oh, you just handed me that one. I should take Afro Samurai. Um. Oh, the main guy in Gargoyles.
Okay, I don't
Because
even know his name.
but you know he is because he's the fucking guy from Platoon. He's Arbiter. He totally
Yeah.
is. And then
I actually seen something. I don't know if they're coming out with a show or a movie, but they are bringing Gargoyles back.
oh, I did see something about that. Yeah, I don't know the context either. But
Yeah, I don't know that either.
fuck, I can't think of anybody else now.
The black kid from
Rock,
Kojak.
Rock from
Number,
Pokemon.
yeah, you can pick number five from the code spy. What was that? Spy Kids Next Door or Code Kids Next
That's a
Door or
movie.
something?
That doesn't count. That's not a cartoon
No,
either.
no. There's a cartoon with the all the kids
Oh,
who
there
live
is.
next door. They're spies. Codename Kids Next Door or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I never really watched that one, but I know there's a black guy, and I think it is number five or something. I never really watched it though.
Actually, I'm redoing my whole team. I'm not keeping
Yeah,
this theme. I'm just
no,
redoing it.
don't
I'm
pick
gonna
that
go
dude.
Casey Jones. I'm gonna go Gambit. I'm gonna go. Fuck. I'm gonna go with the Magic School Bus, the bus itself.
You're not going with Liz, Joe?
And I'm gonna go with Megabyte from Reboot.
So let me ask you something. I didn't tell you. I said to pick your team, but you didn't know we're playing basketball, right? So I
Oh
got
shit!
I got that one down packed, Joe. Yo, my
Yeah,
team
I
is
don't think
ready, yo. And half those guys are from the
Megabyte might be decent in the paint.
half those guys are from the '90s, so you know they're good, yo.
I feel like Gambit would be good at basketball. He'd be a good point guard, maybe.
So let me ask you this: buy, rent, or sell? I got another one here. Buy, rent, or sell? Rugrats, Reboot, or Gargoyles?
Rugrats is so like the other two are like action ones, and it's like Rugrats.
Well,
Bye-bye.
I know we both love Rugrats. I
Yeah,
know we
I'm
love the
buying Rugrats.
I
Rugrats is the
know we
best one
love the
there.
beginning when it's like Baba do
You
do.
don't love that?
No, I said we love that.
Oh yeah, we do love that. I was gonna say what? I'm like, I'm turning this off right
And
now.
you know someone has what Rugrats when they have that orange VHS. It always came
Oh
out on the
yeah,
orange VHS.
there was a lot of. Wasn't there a green one too? Wasn't the movie green?
Maybe the one with when they went to Paris there. Was that one
Oh
green?
yeah, Rugrats. Right, right. I don't like those extended characters in the movie. No, I'm going, but I'm selling Rugrats and I'm renting Reboot because Reboot Canadian show, pretty good, like computer animation for its time. I thought I like.
Yeah, it's not bad. So another quick question I want to ask you when we're talking about these cartoons here. I want to know. Tell me right now what Yvonne the Yukon's underwear smells like. What like if you could put that? What's his name? Yvonne. Yeah, Yvonne.
Yvonne of the Yukon,
What does Yvonne of the Yukon's underwear smell like? If
always
you could
frozen
if you can
for
explain to the people what his underwear smells like,
what?
please.
Does this underwear actually spell like something specific?
No, I just want you to know this guy never showers. This
Yeah.
guy's always in his
Okay, I
underwear.
was gonna
What
say.
would it?
I was like,
What
was there a
would?
gimmick? Like it smelled like something specific? Plus, he was frozen for thousands of years. There was no
Yeah,
showering during those thousands of years, and his body was probably still sweating a little bit.
yeah. So
Maybe not
what
when
is
you're
that?
frozen. Maybe not. I always loved that show because as a kid growing up, I loved snowmobiles, and any show that had even a sliver of snowmobiles, I'm like, and it was literally in the opening credits. So I was sold on Yvonne of the Yukon. I watch it just for small glimpses
Yeah,
of
it's a good
snowmobiles.
show. It's actually a good show. Yvonne, the
Oh,
you
the
can.
Yukon. Another Canadian show too.
Yeah,
Chorus. There's a lot of that. Oh man, not a cartoon, but we talked about it before. It was Goosebumps. That's another great Canadian show.
yeah. Bringing up live action. Before school, elementary school, I remember we used to wake up early, so I'd be up at 6 in the morning. So I'd watch from six. I think it was 6 to 7 would be Dragon Ball. So it'd have 2 episodes of Dragon
Okay.
Ball, and then from 7 to like 8, it would have 2 episodes of Saved by the Bell. So
Oh,
I
Saved by the Bell. Nice.
Yeah, so that was my routine. I would watch the 2 episodes of Dragon Ball and then 2 episodes of Saved by the Bell. I would have to wake up early because my parents would be up at 4:30. So I'd get up early because either Dragon Ball and then once we finished that, I went to Dragon Ball Z. But one of those two shows had something really good happening, and I had to see the next episode. And then Saved by the Bell, if it had like another, part one or part two, I had to see it to see what was happening. So I will say,
Who's your chick in Saved by the Bell?
well, I was going to say that. I think I seen a post a long time ago. Kelly Kapowski was voted the girl of the '90s, like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
heartthrob of the '90s. I would have said Kelly Kapowski, but I'm not gonna lie. After seeing Showgirls, Jessica Spano can ride one, yo. I'm going with I'm going with Jesse Spano, yo.
Yeah, I don't think there's really a bad choice there. Yeah, I don't think there's really a bad choice there, to be honest. You can't make. I mean, even if, to be honest, I wouldn't even chirp you if you said Mario Lopez. I'm like, you know what? He's fucking
He still
beautiful.
looks
What
the
can I
same.
say?
He still looks
Exactly.
good.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
he's drinking from whatever fucking well Tom Cruise is drinking from.
And you know what? Two other great shows we grew up on. Bill Nye and the Science Guy.
Bill.
and Art Attack.
Oh, Art Attack, yeah. Oh,
Uh,
fuck, I forgot about that shit.
that was
I
a
was more
great
of
show.
a Crazy Quilt guy myself.
So, what show?
You
So, we
baby.
talked about Goosebumps. Tell me a little bit about Freaky Stories. Did you ever get
Oh,
into
Freaky
Freaky
Stories.
Stories?
Yeah, it was like an animated, almost like kind of like older generations watched like Tales from the Crypt or whatever. It
Yeah,
was kind of like that, but animated, updated for like the time, and it was hosted
yeah,
by what a puppet cockroach and maggot. He's a maggot, right?
yeah. There's some
In a
nasty
old
looking
sleazy
worm guys.
diner.
Yeah. And it'd be like, it happened to a friend of
But
mine.
yeah,
And
that's a classical. It happened to a friend of mine.
so let
Yeah,
me
that was
ask
like
you
our
this.
generation's like fucking
Yeah,
what am I blanking on?
Tales of the Crypt.
Yeah, but before that, even bigger. Whatever. Fuck it.
Whatever. But I want to ask you this too, and I want to ask the people out there. So, whoever ends up watching this or whatever, make sure you comment, put below some of the cartoons you loved. We're always looking to interact with some fans or whatever. But the best dog, best cartoon dog. So I only put three here. So you get to choose who would you want. Courage, the cowardly dog, who was always a hero to his grandma and grandpa. We're talking Scooby Dooby Doo has to be in there. I'm even gonna, you know what? I'm even gonna put Scrappy Doo in there because he was in there a little bit. I'll put Scrappy Doo. I should have put the dog. I should have put the dog from the Jetsons. What's his name? He
Oh
was a.
yeah,
I don't
yeah. I
remember
don't
his name,
remember his name. All I
but
remember is Elroy.
yeah. But I'm going Courage, Scooby Doo, and I'm gonna throw this bad boy out here. I love this show. I know you're gonna love it when I say it. I'm talking about Wishbone. You.
Wait, what? I don't know that one. I don't. I
You
don't know
don't
that
know
show.
Wishbone?
I don't know Wishbone.
What?
Well, I guess I'm putting Wishbone down.
Oh my goodness, you don't know Wishbone? He was
I
like a
don't know
little.
Wishbone.
He was a live action like little Jack Russell that would. He's like Sherlock Holmes, and it's live action.
I don't remember that at all.
You never seen Wishbone?
I've never seen
Oh,
that.
you can see the veins come out of my neck. You never seen Wishbone?
So wait, are we playing buy, rent, and sell with dogs? That's like
No, just
that's
pick your dog, and then the
no,
'90s.
no,
But
no, not pick your dog. It should be own, put up for adoption, or put down.
oh my god.
You
Okay,
got to put one of them down.
I'm gonna take. Okay, what was the first one? Own?
I don't even remember. It wasn't. I know. I just know it wasn't Clifford.
Oh, Clifford would have been a good pick.
Yo, you
I
know
would have
how much that
I,
shit you would need to put Clifford down?
I would have to put Clifford down. There's no way you'd have to put Clifford.
The cost. Imagine the medical costs of putting him down.
Imagine his shit. Like, what would you do with that? What would you do with Clifford's shit, yo?
Oh
What
my
the?
god, I don't even know. Teach him to eat it, maybe.
But you've never seen Wishbone?
I've never seen Wishbone. I was too busy watching Clifford while you're trying to put him down.
Okay, let me give you this one, you dumb
Pull
son
up
of a
Blue's
bitch.
Clues. Pull up
Okay.
Blue's Clues.
Oh, yo, Blue's Clues was a good
That was
cartoon.
my shit when I was a kid. I would never put Blue down.
This question makes no sense. We're not doing this question no more.
Just tell me which cartoon dog you want to put down.
I have to go Clifford, dude.
I
You
would go
can't.
with that dog. That
You
dog
can't
that
have.
replaced Brian on Family Guy.
Clifford's worse. You can't have a big ass dog like that
No,
running around. Where you
come
gonna put Clifford?
on.
Where are you gonna put Clifford?
I don't know. Let's put him out on the. He can live in the streets. He can fend for himself. He's a fucking giant. He'll
What are you
probably
gonna
eat
feed him?
people.
What are you
Huh?
gonna feed him? Are you gonna feed him people?
They're probably my neighbors.
Fuck. You can't do it, yo. Okay. Well, what dog are you gonna put down then? The question has changed. What cartoon dog would you put down? I'm
April
going. I'm
O'Neil.
going with Clifford.
April O'Neil.
What?
Nah, I'm going with the dog that replaced Brian Griffin, whatever the fuck his name was, Tony or
Oh yeah,
whatever.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh, you couldn't afford Clifford, yo. Even though he's such a sweetheart. No, you know what? I don't know if I can. He talks. He's so. I don't know.
He's
Yeah.
red. What are you gonna
Yeah.
find another red dog? Actually, that's not true. Irish setters are red.
Yeah, but he's so big. I would have to put Clifford down, yo. Fuck that. All right.
He's so big.
Next question. Who wins in a fight? Who wins in this fight? Let me find a character. I'm going, who wins in this fight? Freakazoid, Static Shock. Why didn't I pick Static
Ooh,
Shock on my
Static
All
Shock in
Black
your
team?
all black team. Yeah,
Yeah, why the fuck did I not pick him in there?
yeah.
Fuck. That's some bullshit. So, yeah, Static Shock, Captain Planet, or Freakazoid.
Captain Planet. I'm going Static Shock, baby. Static Shock's he's a badass character.
That was a good show. That was a
And
good
then
show.
that cartoon line in the '90s, or a comic book company in the '90s that made that character, and they had all their characters were all black characters made by black writers, black artists. They had a bunch of cool characters. Static Shock was obviously like he was like their Spider-Man almost, but yeah, he was
Yeah.
fucking sick.
So let me ask you this. I got another question here. We're going off cartoons. We're all over the place here. We don't know what's
Yeah.
going on. But anyways,
What movie dog are we putting down?
well, fucking didn't Lassie ready to get shot in the head or something, yo? Okay. Who's the best grandpa? We're going Grandpa Phil from Hey Arnold.
oh,
We're
oh,
going we're going Grandpa Lou Pickles from the Rugrats, or
oh my God.
we're going good old Abe Simpson from The
Oh,
Simpsons.
Jesus Christ. You're killing me there. That's tough. Honestly, what's the grandpa from Hey Arnold again? What's his name? I forget his name, but I feel like
Phil.
he's maybe the strongest one.
It
Phil?
was Phil. Yeah, it was Phil.
I might go with him. I feel like he's the strongest one. I mean, Grandpa Simpson, I feel like I'm just thinking he's better than he is because he's in The Simpsons. Like, he's not even the best old man in The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm going Phil, I think.
You going Phil? I'm gonna go with classic Lou Pickles, yo. You get to
You
do
can't go
whatever you
wrong with
want.
that either. I like that.
You get to do whatever you want when Grandpa Lou Pickles is watching you. He's always
Mhm.
sleeping. He's just always
Sleeping in the
sleeping.
chair.
Yeah,
Very realistic depiction of most people's grandfathers.
that's it. Did you ever get into Samurai Jack?
A little bit. A little bit.
Yeah, not too much. So
Well,
what
he
was
told me
better?
to pull. I did for a bit, but he told me to pull out. That's terrible. That's just awful. That is so lazy.
Okay, what's better, Samurai Jack or Jackie Chan's Adventures?
Ooh, Jackie Chan's Adventures. I remember when I saw that on TV the first time. I was like, "What? There's a Jackie Chan cartoon? Jesus!" And I said, probably
Okay,
said in a Chris Tucker voice too.
three cartoons based off. I guess I don't want to call them females because they're just little girls back then, but with girl leads, which one? Rank them 1 to 3 here. So we're going Powerpuff Girls. We're gonna go Angela Anaconda, and we're gonna
Oh
go
shit!
Mona, and then we're gonna go Mona the Vampire.
What was the first one again?
Powerpuff Girls. I'm assuming that's gonna go number 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna go just Mojo Jojo alone.
Yeah.
Mojo
Mojo.
Jojo.
So Angela
Angela
Anaconda.
Anaconda. Angela Anaconda actually used to piss me off.
Yeah, it's
I
just the
found it
art style.
annoying.
Right? You didn't like the art
Yeah,
style.
and just some of the characters were intentionally annoying.
So
In my opinion.
I'm assuming you're gonna put Angela Anaconda number 3, and number 2 you're gonna go Mona the Vampire.
Yeah, and I don't even have any strong feelings about Mo the Vampire. Like I remember that show. I mean, I watched it because it was on more than that.
All right, what's better show
More
then?
or less.
We're gonna go back a little bit further here. I want to see. Let me see what I got here.
Let me
Right?
give you one. Let me give you one.
Okay, give me one.
I'm going to give you 3 shows that I remember. I think that were simultaneously on Fox Kids in the morning. If you haven't, I feel like you'll remember them, but maybe not. Okay. Ultimate Muscle,
I remember Ultimate Muscle.
Metabots,
Oh, Metabots. I forgot
and
about Metabots.
Fighting Foodons.
I don't know that one.
No, oh, Fighting Foodons. I remember so like vividly because it was basically Pokemon, but all the characters like that were Pokemon were like characters that were like food dishes. So there was like a guy who was like a bowl of rice, and there was a guy who was like meatballs, and
I
and
don't
like
know this.
everybody was food, and they would fight each other.
I don't know how I don't know this, but what
So
do
the
you want me to
Pokemon
do? Rank
trainers
them?
were like chefs. They would like instead of throwing their Pokeball, they would like whip up the dish, and then they would fight. The dishes would fight each other.
I don't know that show.
Yeah, it's basically like a Pokemon ripoff kind of thing. I mean,
With who?
Metabots kind of was too, like a Beyblade Pokemon kind of ripoff.
Yeah.
The whole
But
idea of like
what was
the
what was
trainer
the
sending a
question?
thing
What
out to
should be
battle.
my choice of show? What
What's
was the
that?
question? What was the
Oh,
question?
yeah, buy, rent, or sell, I guess.
Well, I'm gonna buy Ultimate Muscle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rent Metabots, and I'm gonna obviously sell the one I haven't seen yet. So I have this cartoon in my head. It just popped up because my brother used to love Hamtaro, but it's not Hamtaro.
Oh, I loved Hamtaro.
It's
The
the one with
ending credits of Hamtaro. Awesome.
it's something with Siamese cats. What the hell was that?
Yes. It was somebody Sagwa.
Sagwa, the Siamese cat.
Sagwa, the Siamese cat. Yes. That show's
Did you ever?
terrible. That show was on before school. I hated that show.
Yeah. Did you ever watch a show that came on before school? And I don't know why I used to watch it. And it was JJ the jet plane. Did you
Yes, I
ever?
do remember that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of like Thomas, but they were planes and they had faces
Yeah.
and the top.
And it wasn't like footage. It wasn't filmed like Thomas though. It was animated,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
animated. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that
Oh,
show.
but we brought up Thomas. Man, that show was good for just being real little toys on the track and with the voiceovers.
Oh
What a
man, it
great
looked
show.
awesome.
And we haven't
Oh,
brought up. Oh, what you
I
got
was
your
gonna
hand?
bring up one. It's from our dad. I think it's more from our dad's generation, but it's kind of not exactly cartoon, but the idea of like kind of like Thomas live action puppet kind of prop thing. Thunderbirds. Did you ever watch Thunderbirds?
Thunderbirds. I've watched some of it. I've watched some
Oh,
of
I love that
Thunderbirds.
fucking
Like
show.
Thunderbirds, He-Man,
Yeah.
She-Ra, a lot of those. I remember if we're getting live action, I used to watch Hercules and Xena. I thought Xena was China. I think everyone thought Xena was China.
She was hotter in China.
So I'm gonna give you a couple recess characters, and I
Ooh.
want you to explain to the people in your thoughts how their life ended up being. So I'm gonna give you
Oh, I'm
uh
gonna guess. I'm gonna guess.
yeah, so I'm gonna
Okay.
give you the names and you're gonna say what they ended up doing in life or what happened to them. And I'll say whatever if I feel something. The snitch, Randall.
Uh, let's see. Uh,
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Randall's a janitor. That's my he's a janitor at the school, yeah. That's what I would put him as.
yeah, I like that. He's a janitor at the school. He goes home, he lives in his mom's basement, and he's a weird, like, computer incel. Like, he probably goes on chat rooms and types about how horrible women are because they won't have sex with him and stuff like that. That's
Okay.
how I picture him.
I
Like
I'm okay
potential
with
school shooter down the road. That's why I see.
I'm gonna go Gus.
Right?
The military kid Gus. My take on Gus, I'm gonna go. His dad was too strict on him. It got to him, and then he ultimately took his life. That's what I'm going with Gus.
That's not a bad guess. That's not a bad guess. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I was gonna say maybe he like lost a leg in action, but no, I like yours. I like yours a lot better.
I have a feeling that's what happened because he was he was very strict, and I think his dad would have been probably too tough on him. Okay, how about TJ, the main character? And my take on TJ, like all these main characters, I think he ended up doing good in life. I think he ended
Yeah.
smartening up. He probably went to a good university, and he's probably a business owner or something.
He's one of the more grounded guys in the show,
Yeah,
I think. Like, yeah, I could see him like, yeah, maybe he like runs a construction company or something.
yeah. So how about Vincent?
Vincent. Okay. Vincent, I say he probably got scholarship to go to college, but he probably because he's one of the more grounded, level-headed characters in the show. We'll say he realized in college he didn't quite have it to become a pro, so he transitioned into some sort of white collar career. That's my guess for him.
Okay,
That
last
or
one.
he made the league, he made the NFL, and now he has CTE and he wanders the streets naked.
Okay. And last one, I'm gonna go with Gretchen. She's
Gretchen.
yeah. This is me. I'm gonna go with the classic story. We all seen it. She studied really hard to get into the university she want. Um, the partying, being away from her family, got to her. Her grades started slipping. She got booted from the university, and now she works at your local library, stacking, putting away books.
See, I was gonna go with Gretchen went to school for something like English or something like that, got out of school, realized I have this horrible debt and I can't make any money in this extensive education I required. So now I sell pictures of my butthole on OnlyFans.
Okay, Gretchen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
I
that
like
one.
it. I like that one. So I'm gonna read off some cartoons here that we both probably watched, and if you want to chime in on any of them here. So I wrote them some here. Obviously some classics: Hey Arnold, Bill Nye, Reboot, Spider-Man Ultimate, Unlimited. I mean, Rugrats, Mona the Vampire, Goof Troop, Freakazoid, Wishbone, Yvonne the Yukon, George Shrink, Street Sharks,
Oh, Street
Dragon.
Sharks. I heard that's
Dra-
making a comeback.
is it?
I'm pretty sure,
Probably.
or a
I could see
movie
that.
maybe even.
Dragon Tales.
Ooh, Dragon Tales.
That was a good one. Doug was pretty good. That
That was-
you could follow Doug because he was just he moved into a new town. He just Doug. He's that
I
I don't
feel
know. He
like
has
I.
the green sweater vest
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
and the theme song like do. Doug's life is so mellow. So Powerpuff Girls, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Johnny Bravo. If Johnny Bravo came out in today's day and age, oh my goodness. Like we're talking about Pepe Le Pew wasn't allowed in the new Space Jam.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that.
Imagine Johnny Bravo. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
he's a little forward. That's for sure. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
he's
David and
a
I remember David and I. We like this was like 10 years ago, I think. We used to go and we'd smoke pot, and then we'd go home and watch Johnny Bravo back to his place and watch Johnny Bravo. And I remember we sat there and watched like the entire series in the course of one night, and like it
holy
ended, and
crap.
we're like, that's it. Like we watched the entire series. We're like, wait, it's over? What? Like it felt like we watched 3 episodes.
So we got Ed and Eddie. We got the Grim Adventures of Billy and Maddie. Did you ever
I have
watch
no
that?
idea what that
No.
is.
That's when they're friends with the Grim Reaper. No.
Oh, I remember that actually.
Cow and Chicken. We got Dexter's Laboratory. So when
Dexter's
we stop,
Laboratory.
let's stop on Dexter. I got a question here. Who would you rather have as your sister? I'm going with Stacy from Sticking Around. I'm going with Dee Dee from Dexter or Vicky from Fairly Odd Parents.
Ooh, Fairly Odd Parents.
They're all annoying and assholes. Like no,
Dee Dee's
Stacy's
probably
probably
most
the worst.
annoying, right?
Yeah, like they're
And the chick was it Vicky from Fairly Odd Parents?
yes, he was a
She might be
bitch.
the
Yo.
biggest douche.
Yeah.
What was the first one?
Stacy from Sticking Around. She's probably the most normal one, but
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going with Stacy from Sticking
I would
Around.
go
I
with
like that
Stacy.
show too.
Yeah, that show's good too. Sticking around.
Like I could totally see that theme being like sampled in a modern rap song.
Okay, so we got Two Stupid Dogs. We got Cat Dog. Did you ever watch
Cat
Cat Dog?
Dog.
Let me ask, how does Cat Dog take a shit? They must have a butthole in the back or something.
Yeah, or the other one just has to process the other species out their mouth or something like that, right?
Who knows?
Like a human
Samurai Jack.
centipede kind of thing going.
We got Samurai Jack. We got Picky and the Brain. We got a classic show I used to watch a lot, Babar. Did you ever watch Babar?
Babar. What was
That
Babar?
the elephants in suits and they had like a giant mansion.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that show much. I didn't like
You
that
didn't like
show.
Babar? You
You
didn't
know,
like
there's a
Babar?
lot of shows where like I literally only remember like the end credits to them because they were like the shows that I waited for the thing after.
I like Babar. I like Little Bear,
Rupert?
Franklin.
Remember Rupert?
Rupert is awesome,
Rupert's
yo.
pretty bomb, yeah.
Yeah,
Rupert's
Rupert's
a
a
great
good show.
adventure show. A lot of
Yeah.
imagination into like where the places he travels to and
Yeah. And yeah, I remember the one episode he goes to like Japan and he fights like a dragon or something.
yeah. Yeah, just the imagery of that show is pretty cool. Like they did a
And
really good job. The artwork was
it
great.
actually teaches you a lot about like the culture a lot. Same
Culture.
with like Barney. I know people used to make fun of Barney. I put on Barney for my kids. It's great.
Yeah,
I like Barney. So
Barney's a
Rocco's
good
Modern
show.
Life. Did you ever watch Rocco's Modern Life?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I know
Oh,
that one.
obviously Blue's Clues. Real Monsters. Did you ever watch that?
No, I didn't watch that. I know Monster by Mistake.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's a good show too.
But he'd
And then
sneeze and he'd become a big monster.
right after that would be Seven Little Monsters, and it'd be like, Seven Little
A lot of
Monsters.
monster show.
Okay,
What
and
was
we
the
got
one? What was the one with the guy that was like a big blue, like he was like a newt or something like that?
oh man, why am I blanking on that?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on,
It's
let me
funny, like
think.
he wanted to say the tick, but it's not the tick.
No, he's the blue. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and he's like really goofy and zany kind of character.
Fuck,
Zany.
what's his name? Yo, this isn't. I can picture him right now, yo. Uh, but we let me keep going. Wacky races.
Oh my god, I fucking love that show. That and the Laugh Olympics. Oh my god. I remember not knowing that that was a thing and then seeing like reruns of it as a kid and be like, what? This is like something out of my imagination. All these characters racing
Yeah,
cars against each
for the
other.
Hanna Barbera characters, right? So let me give
Yeah,
you this.
Hanna-Barbera's the
Let me give
shit,
you this
yo.
scenario: a Mad Max, Death Race, or we can go Twisted Metal or Vigilante 8. I want you to decide here. The Naughty Car from Naughty Toyland. I don't know. Have you ever seen that?
No, I don't think I've seen that.
You never seen Naughty? He was like a little I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to say he's an elf or something, but he would drive his taxi and drive toys around. But anyways, so he's got the naughty car, the mystery machine,
Mystery Machine.
The Flintmobile from the Flintstones, their vehicle, or we'll go the Mean Machine from Wacky Races. Who wins the Vigilante 8, Death Race,
Oh,
Mad Max battle?
it's the Mean Machine. He's built for it. The Flintstones have no chance. Too primitive a technology.
Hey man, you never know. Bam Bam sitting right beside you. Bam Bam.
That's true. That's true. The Mystery Machine. I mean, if Fred's driving, maybe. Otherwise, you got that fucking stoner hippie and a dog.
Yeah,
And fucking
and the
no
dog.
fucking chance.
How about Zaboomafoo?
Oh my god. I love that qualifies as a cartoon because there's animated aspects to that show.
Yeah.
I will watch that show to this fucking day. The show's amazing.
Then we got
Woo-ha!
it's not it's not animated, but we got the big comfy couch. That was a
Yes.
good show.
At
That was the
times.
first show I learned. Liar, liar, pants on fire, hanging. I remember
Oh,
we used to watch that, and then my mom used to babysit, and we had like little kids running around. And when that came on, and cleanup time came on, we would all clean
yeah.
up before she was finished the thing. There was some crazy story when we were going on that she was like a porn star, but that was not true.
Yeah, there was weird shit. I remember those weird rumors about her like that. There's a bunch of rumors about like characters from kids shows. I remember hearing all kinds of rumors about Steve from Blue's Clues when he left,
Yeah,
and then
yeah, I
like
heard he
comes
killed
out later
himself.
he just
Yeah,
yeah. There's all kinds of rumors like that, and then it comes out later he's just like, no, I just didn't want to be on a kids show and be bald. Like,
yeah. And then naming some more. Timothy Goes to School. I don't know if you ever watched
I don't know
that.
that one.
Roly Poly Oly.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Little Bill. Jacob Tutu. Do you remember
Oh,
Jacob
Jacob
Tutu?
Tutu. Yeah, it's a good Canadian show again.
Jacob Tutu.
We're all Beyblades, bro.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting there. Getting there. Do you
You got
remember?
like a Santa Claus list of fucking shows.
Do you remember? Do you remember? Do you remember Martin Mystery?
What?
Martin Mystery.
Martin Mystery? No, I don't remember that.
Do you remember Daria? It was like along the lines as Doug.
Yes, and yeah, Dario. Yeah, that was a pretty big show. That's I think the
What?
reruns of that are on Crave, or they have
Why?
a show on
Why?
Crave.
Why am I forgetting that show with that blue guy?
I know, that's what I'm saying. He's a newt. He's definitely a newt. That's what he is.
I can picture him in my head too. Do you remember after Fairly Odd Parents, it'd be like an 8 minute show with it would be like a character called the Crunk, and they were like and they had like the Hulk guy, and he was like purple, and they were like one guy with the guitar. What was that show
Oh
called too?
man,
And they'd sit on the couch.
I have
Fuck, what's
no
that?
idea. I have no idea. You have a better memory for this stuff than me. I think there's like a few I remember that.
I don't remember that show.
What was the one? What was the one where the guy, where it was like the girl and her dad was the rock star, and he basically looked like he was in Kiss?
Oh my god, what the fuck is that show called now?
I know. My,
Holy fuck.
I don't even
Well,
fucking know.
most of my shows I wrote down were like 90s shows because I thought the episode was going to be talk 90s cartoons, but it's all like,
We talked all cartoons. We were talking about what cartoon dog we were gonna put down for like 20 minutes.
okay, so to end it here because we wanted to go about 45 an hour. Let me get
Did you give me your any like if your top 5 or anything?
what
Cartoons? You
I gave
did,
you
yeah.
my
Give me your top 3.
I gave you my top three, but
Okay.
give me if you could join any cartoon family, who would you fit in? And I don't want the Simpsons. I don't want Future. I don't want any of those ones. Give me something different.
Give me something different.
Come on, man. You don't want to be Franklin's fucking older brother, yo.
Nah, what kind of
Oh,
ass am I gonna
I
get from
got a quick
Franklin?
story. Let me before we end it. I got this quick story. Um, I was 20. I was about 24, 25 when I realized this. And a buddy of mine was talking to me at my old job, and we were talking about cartoons we used to watch, and we were talking about Rugrats. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I used to love Rugrats, but like I wasn't a fan when they brought in Dill." And then
Oh
he's like,
yeah.
"Yeah." I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah, Dill Pickles." And then I looked at him like, "Dill Pickles."
You didn't realize it's Dill Pickles?
I didn't realize that until I was 24, 25. I was like, "Yo, Dill Pickles." He's like, "Yeah, you never do that." I'm like, "No, I just put it together. Dill Pickles."
Oh
Like,
god.
what the fuck? And I remember the one joke from Arthur I used to tell everyone. What do you call two banana peels?
What's that?
Slippers.
Oh god, that's fucking terrible.
I love that joke, man.
Oh. Hey, what's your favorite
He
song from
took
Arthur?
he took
Sing your
my
favorite
joke.
song from Arthur.
Binky took my joke. That was my joke.
Sing me your favorite song from Arthur.
What?
Sing me your favorite song from Arthur.
Having fun isn't hard if you got a library card. I also like this one too because I actually spin this one on my wife sometimes, and I'll be like, "Everyone thinks my wife stinks like a piece of rotten cheese." I say it's okay as long as there's a breeze, and then she's like, "You're an asshole."
That's from Arthur?
Well, DW goes, "Everyone thinks my
Oh.
brother stinks like a piece of rotten cheese." Because in the episode, he hears her. He's trying to make the jingle for the Crunch cereal, and he doesn't know what to do, and he hears that DW singing that to Nadine when she's brushing his hair, and he's like,
She
"They
steals his
got it," and it's
ability.
yeah, yo.
So Arthur's a thief, is what you're saying.
Yeah, remember he did punch DW, and then Binky fucking hit him, man.
Oh
Binky
yeah,
gave
you're right. That
He
serves
was a
him
thief.
fucking right.
Remember, he was gonna take the ice cream bars, man. He was gonna take the ice. Remember that,
Vaguely.
buddy? I'm telling you, I still watch Arthur to this day, so like I know it, yo.
Didn't oh no, Mr. Ratburn was gay. But didn't
Yeah, he kind of did.
someone have a sex change in recent years?
No, but like Francine kind of looked gay. I don't want to say she looked gay, but like because I don't want to characterize
You
it. But let's not
okay.
go there. But I heard actually today, my buddy sent me a post that in the new Ninja Turtles, fucking Splinter is gay.
What? How does Splinter even house sexuality in the first place?
I don't know. That's what he sent me. I don't know if it's true or what. I didn't look into it. I just read the post he
Like
sent.
they're gonna walk it, like the turtles are gonna walk in, and Splinter's gonna be like jerking off to David Hasselhoff, like turtles knock before you enter.
No, man, but I know we jumped all over the place. We were pretty busy with work and all that, but we wanted to come out here again and share some funny, cartoon stories or whatever. I'm not, I'm not too sure. Oh, you didn't answer the question, What cartoon family would you like to join?
Oh
Or
yeah, right.
who was your? Let me answer this one. Who was your cartoon crush growing up?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Let me try to think. There's a couple because
Because
we all have
when
those.
you go back and watch Pokemon, there's all these shots of like Officer Jenny's ass, Misty's ass. I used to think Officer Jenny was fine,
You want to know
but
something fucked up? Is that I'm pretty sure as a kid I liked Jesse.
Jesse.
Yeah, from Team Rocket.
Oh yeah, okay. I
And
thought
they
you were
like
talking about a
intentionally
different
make her
show.
look like a hag at times and stuff like that. So I don't know what the fuck was going on.
No, yeah, no. That's not Jesse's all right,
Oh,
and then obviously the Sailor Moon characters growing up,
yeah.
a lot of our era. Thought they
I
were
think I
beautiful.
actually found the animated. I remember liking the animated Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
good too.
what other ones? I feel like there's another one. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I remember that Sabrina the Teenage Witch one for sure.
Yeah, so lots of great cartoons. Obviously from the '90s, 2000s, and back then, before our time, there were such great cartoons. We talked about our favorite ones. We talked about what dog we would put down, sort of. Um, we answered a little bit of questions here. So, guys, always comment below and put your favorite cartoons, some cartoon stories. We kind of jumped all over the place today. It was kind of a little scramble, but next week or maybe later on this week, we'll be more prepared.
Yeah, don't lie. We're not gonna be prepared.
No, we come here live every night, yo. We don't know what we're doing, yo. We just
Yeah,
talk.
I come here
But
live and unprepared every night.
I'm still thinking about that one with the blue guy. I don't know why I can't think of it.
The Newt. Newt.
I don't remember. But anyways, I'm not too sure. Next week, what do you want to talk about? What do you want to do?
Ooh, I don't know. We've had lots of time to think about it too, and I don't know.
All right, guys. Well, anyways, um,
Till
we're
we get our
concluding.
shit together.
Yeah, we're concluding this episode. We're a little bit all over the place. Um, if we end up doing an episode this week again, maybe we'll just talk about work-life balance. We'll just do another
Yeah.
open book. Maybe we'll do another open book out show, and we'll do that. But next week, we'll prepare and we'll come to you guys with our top 10 '90s movies.
Ah, I like that. Hell yeah.
Now we're back in business. So, guys, always, thanks for watching. We do have now TikTok channels where we talk a lot of music, a lot of sports. We give you kind of our top, 5, 4, 10, whatever you want to do. We have some questionnaires out there. So, guys, feel free to look at those. I'll put the descriptions in the bottom so you can get on those TikTok pages. And hopefully soon we'll have some Instagram.
Yeah.
We'll do something kind of get us more out there. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. I know it was a little wild, like the wild thornberries.
Is that my? I still never even picked my family.
Oh no, pick your family.
I'll go with the wild thornberries.
You want to go with the wild thornberries?
Yeah, well,
That's
they're
all
in their
right.
van doing all their shit. I'll just be in the shitter.
Yeah, that's not bad. Can you, before we leave, before we get off air, can you sing me what you know of George Shrinks, the theme song?
I don't remember anything about the George Strait theme song.
All I remember is na-na-na-na-na, George Shrinks, na-na-na-na-na-na, George Shrinks, na-na-na-na-na-na, George Shrinks, George Shrinks, he's small. Is that how it goes?
I think that's how it went. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. All right, sing me before we go your favorite cartoon theme song.
Okay. Let me think.
You got to at least sing one. I've been singing all of them.
I'm like, I don't even know any. All I know ones are instrumentals.
Well, give me the instrumental then.
Okay. Let's go with I don't know.
Oh,
We'll
you
go
know
back
it.
then.
I already did X-Men.
Oh my god.
You couldn't do the Pokemon one? You don't know the Pokemon theme song?
Fuck Pokemon, yo.
You don't know the Pokemon theme
Yeah,
song?
of course it was a Pokemon theme song, bro.
Then let us hear a sample.
I wanna be the very best that no one ever was. To catch them is not a real test. To trade them is a cause.
Yeah,
I'm getting attention.
your wife was probably like, "What the fuck?"
He's like, oh my god, are you broadcasting this? You missed it. We were talking about what cartoon. Yeah, you missed it. We were talking about what cartoon dogs we were gonna put down. What cartoon dog would you put down?
Ask her what was her cartoon crush.
What was your cartoon crush?
It was.
You should see her. She's like, oh my god. Like she's been waiting years for someone to ask her that. Like, oh jeez. The guy from Spider Riders, right?
The guy from Spider Riders and
What about the guy from Biker Mice from Mars?
from Kim Possible.
Oh, the guy from Kim Possible, but he was the nerd. She was the attractive one.
Not Ron. I can't remember his name now, but
The other guy was a naked mole rat.
no.
I've never even seen Kim Possible, so I don't know.
Impossible. Impossible.
All right, guys. Next week we'll be back. We're gonna do open book 2. So if anyone has any questions or whatever, just send it to us and we'll be sure to answer them. And next week for sure we're gonna get our top 10 90s movies. So that's gonna be a good episode. For sure, it's not for me. I know I'm not gonna have those blockbuster hits. I'm gonna have the movies I grew up on because those are the movies I rewatched 1,000 times. So it'll be a good episode.
You know, we always bring the thunder when we're talking about movies. Movies and albums are specialties.
Yeah. So send the guys home, Dan. Send the girls home. Send whoever's watching the show home. That's nobody. What dog are
Oh,
you
we had
riding?
one until you said nobody. They're like, oh, well, fucking nobody's watching. I'll log off too.
What dog are you riding out on? What dog are you gonna ride out in sunset?
Okay, I'm going to ride out on the sunset.
You can't take Clifford. He's already dead. Put him down.
Okay. I'm going to ride out into the sunset on Pluto from Disney.
Oh, that's a good choice.
And I'm
That's
going
a
to put
good
him
choice.
down too after.
They can be out in the shed. All
But
right,
you know, I'm
guys.
going to ride out on Goofy because he's a fucking dog too. Just because he stands on 2 legs and wears pants, I'm going to ride out on his stupid ass.
Hey, don't fuck with the group troop. All right, that's a good show too. Oh man, how'd the theme song go for that? Goof troop.
Goof troop. Their dogs and they shit inside. Why does Pluto get to shit inside? Why doesn't Pluto get to wear pants? Why is Pluto a second-class citizen and these dogs get to walk around driving cars, wearing pants, talking and shit?
I don't know, yo. I don't know. Don't
Why
yell
is
at me
Pluto a
about fucking
second-class
Pluto.
citizen?
I don't
Gee.
fucking know. Fuck.
Some
Well,
things-
we'll write Disney a letter. It's not right.
Yeah, it isn't right. If he's
Anyways,
gonna live like
guys,
that, you might as well put him down.
I'm trying to end the show here. All right, guys. Anyways, we'll talk to you guys next week for our top 10 90s movies. If we get another show done this week, it'll be Open Book Part 2. So tune in for that. Dan, say your goodbyes, man.
All right, I'm putting this show down. Take it easy.
See ya.